Welcome. My name is Purnima. English First Language Part 1. Lesson 3. The Gift of the Magi. 10th Standard 2024-2025 Karnataka State Board Syllabus. Author of this lesson is O. Henry. Pre-reading activity. You must have received many gifts. Which one did you like the most? Why? I think one of the most cherished gifts might be a heartfelt letter from a close friend or a family member. It's not just the material value, but the emotions, the memories, and the personal connection that make it so special. This kind of gift shows how much someone cares, and the thoughtfulness behind the words can be incredibly touching. 1. $1.87. That was all, and 60 cents of it was in pennies. Pennies saved one and two at a time by bulldozing the grocer and vegetable man and the butcher until one's cheeks burned with a silent imputation of parsimony that such close. Meaning of this lesson is chosen from the Bible. That's why language is little bit the old English language. Here, the lady of the house, newly married, newly wedded couple's story is this. Lady is saving money whenever her husband gives money to buy vegetables, groceries, or the of something she buys from the butcher's shop, some meat or chicken, something she buys, no? Then she is saving little money every day. Pennies she is collecting. For what she is collecting, let's see in the next slide. Daily is implied three times Della counted it. Della is counting money here. From the savings, how much it became? $1.87. Very less money she saved. And the next day would be Christmas. For what she is saving all this money in? For Christmas. She want some amount of money for Christmas to buy a gift to her husband here. Newly wedded couple are they don't have much money. She's saving money. Only how much she can collect? Only $1.87. Not even $2. But to buy a gift, at least she needed $20. There was clearly nothing to do but flop down on a shabby little couch and howl. She was sad because very less money she could saved to buy a gift to for her husband. So she was sad. That's why she is lying on the couch and just thinking, what can I buy from $1.85? So Della did it, which instigates the moral reflection that life is made up of sobs, sniffles, and smiles, with the sniffles predominating. That means here sobs means that she's a little bit sad and crying. Sniffles means the nose is running because she's crying. And sometimes smiles means here the life is full with happiness and sorrow hand in hand, like a wave. Okay, she's in this story now, she's sad because she don't have money to buy a gift. While the mistress of the home is gradually subsiding from the first stage to second. Take a look at the home. A furnished flat. They have a house at $8 per week. They are giving a rent $8 per week. It did not exactly beg a description. That means it is not a big description, but it certainly had that word on lookout for mendicancy squad. That means mendicancy means beggar here. Beggar is waiting outside to get something. Nearly they are not in a financially good position because her husband's salary was little bit decreased. Initially he was getting $30 if you assume, then now he is getting $20. It has been reduced. That's why they are facing this financial problem. In the vestibule below was a letter box into which no letter would go. That means the house is old. They are not able to repair their house. That's why everything is a little bit in a bad condition. An electric button from which no mortal finger could coax. It means an electric button for ringing a bell in front of their house is there, but it is not working. It is not ringing a bell. A ring. Also, appertaining thereunto was a card bearing the name Mr. James Dillingham Ang. Some board is there in front of their house. Name on that house is Mr. James Dillingham Ang. This is name of her husband's name is there on the house. Fifth, Dillingham had been flung to the breeze during the former period of prosperity when its processor was being paid $30 per week. That means before he was paid $30, but now they are paying him less where he was working. Dillingham is the surname of the man whom the girl got married. That nameplate is swinging. It is not fixed properly. They cannot repair it. So many things are there in the house. They are under repair, but they could not afford to repair them. They have less money. Now, when the income was shrunk to $20, see, $30 to $20. In $20, they have to manage their house. Though they were thinking seriously of contracting a modest and unassuming deal. But whenever Mr. James Dillingham Pring came home and reached his flat, above he was called Jim, whom his wife is calling him Jim. James, shortly she called him with love, Jim, and greatly hugged by Mrs. James Dillingham. Wife's name is Mrs. James Dillingham. She hugged him every day. Routine is this. And already introduced to you as a Della. Her name is Della. Mrs. James is Della, which is all very good. Stella finished her cry and attended to her cheeks with the powder. She was hiding her cry. She was crying because of short of money. She could not buy a gift to her husband as her wish. It feels very bad when you don't have money and newly wedded. That's why a little bit of tears are there on her cheeks. To hide that, she is putting powder sitting in front of the mirror. That she stood by the window and looked out dully at the grey cat walking grey fence in a grey backyard. Here the description he is looking dully at the dull picture outside. The whole world is looking like a grey to her eyes now because grey cat walking on a grey fence in a grey backyard means her life is not colorful now. Everything is grey. In her imagination, it is looking what is looking to her in a grey color. Cat is grey, the fence is grey, and backyard is grey. So her mood is now in dull. Tomorrow will be the Christmas day, but her mood is like this. And she had only $1.87 with which to buy Jim a present. She want to buy a present, but she has very less money. At least $20 she needs. But her husband's salary itself is $20. Okay. She had been saving every penny she could for months. From long back she started saving, even though she could not save that much money. Very less money she could have saved, but nothing she can buy with $1. With this result, $20 a week doesn't go far. Expenses had been greater than she had calculated. Expenses are very high. She thought that she could buy, but she could not. They always are. Only $1.87 to buy a present for Jim. No, she cannot buy any present with $1. Her Jim. She want to buy a good present because he is her loved one. Many a happy hour she had spent planning for something nice for him, something fine and rare. She want to gift some fine thing which is rare and darling something just a little bit near to being worthy of the honor of being owned by him. If he hold that gift in his hand, he should feel that he is honored to get that gift. 7. There was a fire glass between the windows of the room. Perhaps you have seen fire glass in a $8 flat. The whole worth of that flat is $8. That means that much not rich house it is. Everything is under repair. Every thin, very agile person may, by observing his reflection in a rapid sequence of longitudinal steps, obtain a fairly accurate conception of these looks. Della, being slender, had mastered the art. Suddenly she whirled from the window and stood before the glass. Glass here means in front of the mirror she is. Her eyes were shining brilliantly, but her face had lost its color within. That means she is not happy. Face is not actually happy feelings now. Within 20 seconds, rapidly she pulled down her hair and let it fall to its full length. And now there were two possessions of the James Stellingham ends in which they both took a mighty pride. See, God had gifted them here in this lesson. God gifted them with the two things. They have valuable things in their house, only two things. One was James' gold watch. That was a watch was made of gold. That was very precious. And one more thing is that had been his father's and his grandfather's. The other was Della's hair. One more gift from the god is her hair. That's why she looks so beautiful because of her beautiful long hair. Had the Queen of Sheba lived in a flat across air shaft, Della would have let her hair long hang out of the window someday to dry just to depreciate her majesty's jewels and gifts. Her real jewel is her hair. It had King Solomon. Here is the king of in those days, Solomon king, being a janitor with all his treasure piled up in the basement, Jim would have pulled out his watch every time he passed just to see him pluck at his beard from envy. This that was a precious thing, and not only it is made up of a gold and valuable, but it is passed on from his grandfather to his father and from his father to him. That's why it is valuable to him. So now Della's beautiful hair fell about her, rippling and shining like a cascade of brown waters. It reached below her knee and made itself almost a garment for her. No ornaments are not required to decorate herself. Her ornament is her hair itself. And then did it up again, nervously and quickly. Once she fluttered for a minute and stood still, while a tear or two splashed on a warm red carpet. It's sad because she decided to give her hair as a donation and she wanted to get me from buy a gift. That's why she's sad. Now she's looking at the mirror, leaving her long hair free and looking at this look of herself in the mirror and feeling sad. She's deciding something. That's why she's sad. On went her old brown jacket. She wore a old brown jacket. On went her old brown hat with a whirl of skirts and with a brilliant sparkle still in her eyes. She fluttered out of the door. She went out of the door and down the stairs to the street. She is not on the streets now. She went from her house and now she is on the streets. Where she stopped, the sign read, Me Safroni, hair goods of all kinds. She went to a shop where all kinds of and hair styling will be done there. Then one flight of Della ran and collected herself, panting. Now she ran up to that shop and she decided in herself something and she is panting. That means she's not so happy. See, growing hair for long hair for so many days with love for a lady or a girl is very important thing for her beauty and she likes it very much. Even she is sacrificing it for to buy a gift for her husband. Madame Lodge, two white chili hardly looked at the saffronin. She looked at the shop, hair salon shop it is. Will you buy my hair? Asked Stella. She went inside and asked them, will you buy my hair? She asked. I buy hair, said Madame A. Take a hat off and let's have a sight at the looks of it. The owner of that shop want to see her hair. How it is, and then I'll decide, she said. Brown rippled and the brown cascade. She had a very beautiful, thick and brown hair. $20, said Madame A, lifting the mask with the practiced hands. She said, I will give you $20. Oh, these thick hairs. Give it to me quick, Shadella. She said, give me money. Oh, and the next 2 hours slipped by on a rosy wings. After that, she got money, $20 she got. Now she can buy a good gift to her husband. So she is roaming on the streets because she don't know what to buy, but something good she want to buy for him. Forget the hashed metaphor. He was ransacking the stores for Jim present. He found it at last. It surely had been made for Jim and no one else. There was no other like it in any of the stores, and he had turned all of them inside out. It was a platinum pop chain, simple and just in design, properly proclaiming its value by substance alone and not by meretricious ornamentation, as all good things should do. It was even worthy of watch. She is buying a chain for the watch her husband had. That watch is very valuable for him. That's why she want to buy a chain for that. Something meaningful gift she want to give to him. Her feelings for him are pure. As soon as she saw it and she knew that it must be Jim. It was like him. Quietness and value. Description applied to both. For her husband, quietness and value. For the chain also. Both are similar. Both have similar characters. $21 they took from her for it, and she hurried home with 87 cents. How much money remained with her? From where the $21 came? She got $20 from haircut. He donated her a. She got $20 and $1.87 she had saved from her grocery and all those things. That now remaining with her is 87 cents. It's that chain on his watch Jim might be properly envious about the time in any company. Grand as the watchful. Sometimes looks at it on a fly on account of the old leather strap. He's keeping it with the leather straps that he used in place of a chain. When Della reached home, her intoxication gave away a little to prudence and reason. Here, why is she intoxicated? Because of her sadness, she gave up her a long life. Okay, for herself is feeling sad, but now she is now she has a reason to donate that, and she is feeling happy now. Prudence means pure and proud feelings. She got out her curling irons and lighted the gas. She went inside the house and lighted the gas, went to work repairing the beverages made by the generosity added to love. Here, generosity added to love means they are living lovingly in that house. So many things are there should be repaired in that house because of lack of money. She went to repair herself. When you don't have money, you have to do your works yourself. You cannot call somebody to repair it and give them money. If you don't have money, then do it yourself. Although she is busy with something repairing in the house, which is always a tremendous task. Dear friends, a mammoth task. It is not easy. Everybody is not skilled in everything, but even though if you don't have money, what will you do? You have to do it yourself. Okay? Trial and error. She is repairing something. Within a 40 minutes, her head was covered with the tiny clothesline curls, and that made her look wonderfully like a drawn schoolboy. Now she cut hair before her hair were long and hair was long and beautiful, but now she has a short haircut. Now working hard with repairing. It is not easy work. That's why she's looking like a truant schoolboy. She looked at her reflection in the mirror long, carefully, and now she looked at herself in the mirror. Now she is sizing herself because she's looking for a long time and critically she's criticizing herself now. How see how yourself looking. If the gym doesn't kill me, you know, he is fond of her long hair because she looks very beautiful because of her long thick hair. Now she donated that. Now she's thinking how her husband Jim take it. She said to herself, before he takes a second look at me, he will say I look like a Coney Island chorus girl. Some rough girl, he may say, but what could I do? Oh, what could I do with $1.87? Just thinking, if I had a money of $20, I would have done something. But no, I don't have. What can I buy with just a $1.87? Just thinking. At 7 o'clock, the coffee was made and frying pan was on the back of the stove hot and ready to cook the chops. Jim was never late. Della doubled the fob chain in her hand, holding a chain she bought from the shop, and sat on the corner of the table near the door that he always entered. Then she heard his steps on the stair away down on the first flight, and she turned white for just a moment. She had a habit of saying little silent prayers about the simplest everyday things, and now she whispered, please God, make him think I am still pretty. 25th. The door opened and Jim stepped in and closed it. He looked thin and very serious. Poor fellow, he was only 22 and to be burdened with a family. He needed a few overcoat and he was without gloves. Because he traveled in London, it is a very cold weather. They need overcoat and gloves and also without gloves, he was, you know, suffering with the coldness. They wear two, three coats inside different types coats they wear to protect themselves from the chill. Jim stopped inside the door, as immovable as a setter at the scent of quail. He is just shocked and he is not moving at all. He's standing still. His eyes were fixed upon Della. He is watching his wife, and there was an expression in them that she could not read. It is terrified her. He is not understanding what is going on in his mind. No expression on his face. He was standing still. It was not anger, nor surprise, nor disapproval, nor horror, nor any of the sentiments that she had been prepared for. He simply stared at her fixedly with that peculiar expression on his face. Della reeled off the table and went for him. Jim, darling, she cried, don't look at me that way. I had my hair cut off and sold them because I couldn't have lived through Christmas. She answered him, I cut my hair and donated them and I sold them and bought some Christmas gift. She told him, without giving you a present, how can I celebrate the Christmas? It will grow out again. The hair will come again. It will grow again. You won't mind, will you? I just had to do it. My hair grows awfully fast. Say Merry Christmas, Jim, and let's be happy. You don't know what a beautiful, nice gift I have got for you. Both were silent before, but now she started speaking because she is afraid how he will take it. She is shocked by seeing her husband's expression. So she is showing what she bought for him. You have cut off your hair, but he didn't see at the gift. He's not so happy. Or towards his gift, he is looking at her hair, asked Jim laboriously, as if he had not arrived at that patent fact yet, even after the hardest mental labor. He is not accepting that what is present in front of his eyes. Cut it off and sold it, said Della. Don't you like me just as well anyhow? I am me without my hair, aren't I? She is asking now. I sold it. I cut it and sold it. Without hair also I am me. You don't like me as I am now? With a short hair, she is asking her husband. But even Jim looked about the room curiously. You say your hair is gone, he said, with an air almost of idiocy. You needn't look for it, said Della. It's sold. Don't look at the hairs in the house. Don't search for it. It's not there. I sold it. Already sold it. I tell you, sold and gone too. It's Christmas, you boy. Be good to me, for it went for you. I sold it for you only. That's why be happy. Let us be happy. Please leave it. Is convincing her husband now. Maybe the hairs on my head were numbered. She went on with sudden serious sweetness, but nobody could ever count my love for you. Shall I put the chops on Jim? She is telling to her husband that there are particular number of hairs are there in on my head, but the love is countless. That I carry for you is countless. She is trying to convincing the husband out of his trance. Jim seemed quickly to wake. Now he is awake now. He is out of shock now. He enfolded his Jella for 10 seconds. Let us regard with them with great scrutiny some inconsequential object in the other direction. $8 a week or a million a year. What is the difference? A mathematician or a weight would. Now her husband is speaking. Whether it is the $8 per week I'm earning or $1 million, what does this make the difference? The mathematician can calculate it, not the lovers. They love each other very much. The wise people, those who are good at mathematics and those who are good at business, they can count the $8 or $1 million per which he is getting as the earning. For lovers, it doesn't matter, he told. But here is the wrong answer. The Magi brought valuable gifts, but was not among them. Magi means here the three people, like the Solomon the king in those days, they told the Magi is a group of three people who are very intelligent. They already, that means God has given them gifts. What gifts had given them? The Della is having a beautiful long hair. That is a gift to her, given by the Magi, the God. And the boy, uh, her husband, got the gift, that golden watch. These valuable things they lost now. So they sacrifice their valuable things gifted by God to them to buy the other gifts to give surprise to each other. But what happened here in this story is their sacrifice went in vain. No use at all. He bought a hair clips for her, but now she is not having any hair. He bought a chain for a watch, but now watch is not there. What's the use of sacrificing for each other, but no use at all? Okay, their sacrifices went in vain. Both of them are not happy now. Happiness is gone. By getting gift, they should be happy now. They're not happy now. So there should be a wise sacrifice or wise use of the gifts. Okay, he could have made him happy by keeping her long hair, made her happy keeping their watch. Without watch, what's the use of a chain? Okay, this dark assertion will be eliminated later on. Jim drew a package from his overcoat pocket and threw it upon the table. He was keeping the gift to her with no interest at all. Don't make any mistake, Dell, he said. She's not happy with what she lost. Here she lost. So in future you don't make such mistakes. He's telling her. About me, I don't think there's anything in the way of a haircut or a shave or a shampoo that could make me like my girl any less. Now he said, there is anything that you cut your hair and make me happy or nothing like that, or you put on a shampoo to do your original hair and look more silky or nothing like this. I like you as you are, but if you will unwrap the package, you see why you had me going a while at first. If you unwrap the gift, what you got, Then you understand why I'm sad. I'm not sad because what you did, but you'll understand what happened. But what gift he had bought, let's see. While her fingers and nimble tore at the string and paper, and then uh, extract, ecstatic scream of joy. When that means now she is unwrapping the gift with her fingers. There's some little paper and string sound is coming. After that, then she screamed with a joy because long back she wanted to buy these clips to put on her long hair to control them, to look them more beautiful. But those clips were very costly. He cannot afford to buy them. That's why he sold his watch and bought those clips. But now what's the use? She's not having any hair now. Of course, Cameron changed to hysterical tears and wails. She was happy that she got clips, but that happiness does not long last because she realized immediately that she's not having hair to put those clips on. Now she has to wait a long to come those long hair again, necessitating and immediate the employment of all comforting force of the Lord of the flat. Now this is the powerful Lord. Lord has given them the gifts, but they lost their gifts given by the God or the Magi. Now their Christmas is not so happy. Now for their lady combs and the set of combs side and back. That's Stella. These clips are set of clips. Putting side and in the center of the back, these clips are a set. Stella had worshipped for a long in a Broadway window. She was standing in the shop window and looking at those clips she wanted to buy one day when she will have them in beautiful forms. He was admiring the beautiful combs, pure tortoise shell with the jeweled rims, just the jade to wear in a beautiful vanished hair. They were expensive combs, and she knew that her heart had simply craved and yearned over them without the least hope of possession. And now they were hers, but the stresses perhaps adorned and coveted adornments were gone. What coveted adornment? Her beautiful long hair is gone now. Where she will put these clips now? Okay, but she hugged them to her bosom, and at the length she was able to look up with dim eyes and smile and say, smile is there, but dim smile is there, dim, her eyes are dim. She's not so happy. All the shows, she's not happy. She- Her husband is not happy. Their sacrifice is in vain. If why sacrifice a wise gift should be, but if you utilize your gift given by the God. My hair grows so fast, Shamsi told. And then Della leaped up like a little winged cat and cried, oh, oh. Now she went and hugged him. And she's crying. She's crying because both of them sacrificed their valuable things to buy the another gift for each other, which is useless now. Without those things, what they sacrificed, right? That's why Jim had not yet seen his beautiful present. He didn't see his gift. He held it out to him eagerly upon her open palm. Now he's the now dull, precious metal seemed to flash with the reflection of her bright and ardent spirits. At least they could be happy by giving her husband the gift for his watch now. She bought a chain. Isn't it dandy, Jim? I hunted all over town to find it. 2 hours she wandered in the streets. You will have to look at the time 100 times a day now. Give me your watch, they told. She's asking to fix that chain to the watch. Give me the watch, she was asking now. I want to see how it looks on it. Instead of obeying, Tim tumbled down on couch. He's also sacrificed his watch, the wrong decision he made. Now he made the same mistake as his wife and put his hands under the back of his head and smiled. Well, said he, let's put our Christmas presents away and keep them a while. Now he said, just don't think about the presents because they will not feel happy by the present they got for each other. That's why just forget the gifts now, he said. They are too nice to use just as present. They are too nice. As a present, they are nice. Not as my wife. They are nice, he's telling. I sold the watch to get the money to buy your combs, and now suppose we put shops on. So he told the truth. I sold the watch. Now watch is not there, chain is there. What's the use? The Magi, as you know, were wise men. These are three wise men in those days, wonderfully wise men, who brought gifts to the baby in the manger. They invented the art of giving Christmas presents. They are very good at giving gifts. What every child wants, they knew. They already gifted them the wise gifts, that the long, beautiful hair and the watch. They already had some gifts in their house, even though they lost them by the other gifts. Always you should value what God had gifted to you. Being wise, be wise, be wise, and enjoy the gifts you have in your life. Their gifts were no doubt wise ones. What God has given you is always with wise decision He has given you, possibly bearing the privilege of the exchange in case of application. Don't be greedy, and in case you want to duplicate your presence, in that case, don't lose those gifts given by the Magi. And here I have lamely related to you the uneventful chronicle of two foolish children in a flat who most unwisely sacrificed for each other the greatest treasures of their house. But in the last word to the wise of these days, let it be said that of all who give gifts, these two were the wisest. Of all who give and receive gifts, such as they are wisest. Everywhere they are wisest. They are the magi. Magi means pure intelligent people, three people who decide what to give a gift to whom. They'll decide. They are very wise to give the gifts. So you should be wise while giving gifts to others. Please like, share, subscribe, and save the playlist. Thank you very much. Bye bye.